Hello, Leos. Welcome to your relationship reading for August 2025. Excuse me. This month I'm doing readings looking at August, your relationship centers, all types of relationships with cards and charms. And then you see here I was drawn to do one card regarding someone who's on your mind currently or just kind of in passing. They've sort of resurfaced or have been resurfacing recently on mine, or they'll come up during the reading. And then I thought it would be interesting to look at someone who has you on their mind. And one, if the cards share that with us. So I timestamp below if you want to skip ahead to the messages. Otherwise, welcome and thank you for joining me while I do the the cards and the charms process here. I know that not everyone enjoys watching, but it's during this process, during this intro, that I do babble a little bit as I tune into your soul energies, and your angels start to share with me kind of where the conversation is going to be going for the month. So any impressions I share in the intro. Let's see here. I just came from a while ago. I didn't just come from the reading, but I was saying it was the first time I was ever drawn to the back of the card. But for some reason, for your reading now, they really focus me on the eyeball here, your intuition. Maybe there's an overarching theme this month of, truly trusting your gut. Don't second guess it, right? Don't talk yourself out of a feeling. If you're feeling something isn't right, or you're feeling something is right? Sometimes it's the opposite. The intuition kicks in for favorable conditions as well. So we don't miss those fated connections, the signs within a relationship, right? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're going to get signs here. Maybe you're missing some signs. See the signs. All of them, right? Green flags, red flags, caution flags, pause flags, speed up flags. I guess we'll find out. Okay, now let's get the charms. Seeing if they want to discard. Okay. So let's see here. What charms are they going to add to the conversation for you, or for you all? Oh, quite a bit of shifting there. Guess they're digging in the back. I don't know if maybe I should. Nope, maybe it's coming out the side here. I always try to get that on camera for you because I am truly not influencing a single charm drop. I feel like that one's not the right one, just like the French fries above there. There we go. Oop. Okay. Bit of love, war, and peace down here. Interesting. All right. Just going to take the timestamp for our friends that join us at the messages, and then we'll jump right in here. Okay, so we're going to be reading for August here, but I'm just looking at my notes, and in July there was conversation around a fated connection, right? Someone that was going to cross your path. Someone either brings in help, could be a new friend, a new love interest, all various forms, right? So maybe we'll see if that story continues here, or if there's a whole new story for you. So I'm going to start with the world here with you all. So obviously the world is all-encompassing, so this would be your world, your primary, like your key lifestyle, so your day-to-day routine. And I'm leaning more into the day-to-day routine, sort of how your world turns. oh, as it kind of rolled in my hand. So sort of the pace at which, yeah, your life is kind of spinning right now, rolling, rotating. Okay. You know what this makes me think of? I'm a big fan of like Brazilian steakhouses and other shops, restaurants where you can walk in and get like the shaving of the meat off the spigot. And that's what I kind of feel here in terms of your daily routine. I don't know if you're cutting off more than you can chew. Are you overwhelming your schedule? So you're kind of running on empty, right? The oil here is leaking. You got a hole in your oil canister. You know, if this was a vehicle, not a great place to be. You don't want your engine to seize, right? So I don't know if this is a bit of a caution of, you know, relook at your schedule here, Leo, sort of your day-to-day schedule, and are you burning out? Do you have enough rest periods within your day, right? Are you suddenly working through lunch? Are you waking up earlier, coming home later? You know, you've added more things into your routine. You're hitting back to the gym, so that's another hour away from home, right? So check your kind of daily, weekly schedule here. What's going on? Why are you kind of dripping here, right? You're losing some of your essence, some of your passion, some of your joie de vivre, you know, joy for life. You're dripping a bucket there. Your fulfillment is leaking. I need to stop doing that. I should leave the card on the camera. This is my charm for, like, they're not even letting me say it. I actually feel this is more like hurt pride. I don't know if you hurt someone's pride, right? You may have stepped on or over someone's toes. You didn't mean it with the butterfly here. It wasn't intentional. So you're gonna have to provide clarity on that to the person or situation. Or this is you acting out of hurt pride. So, you know, we get defensive, we try to prove others wrong. Feeling that energy here. Okay. Yeah, sort of these like missteps, right? Acting out of from the wrong place and kind of setting your house on fire, right? Just, I mean, you can extinguish these, but like the 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because you're coming from a different space, or like I said, you hurt someone else's pride unintentionally, so you're gonna have to, right, reach out to them, influence this change in dynamic, repair. Probably more of the repair space, since I did lean into her right away. I kind of told you, like, you can put this fire out. So this feeling here, this sensation, like I said, whether you intentionally know you've done it or it's the energy from what you're being driven right now, right? Sort of the cloud that's hanging over you here, that you know, you're being driven from a negative energy here, so need to turn that around. You'll kind of get nowhere fast in a bad energy. You'll think like you're putting a lot of effort in, and then you'll just get more and more frustrated. My pulley here, this is about having to make a choice, kind of the saying, get off the pot. I mean, there's a part before that, but essentially it's time now, right? You need to go left or right. You need to say yes or no. You need to go all in or pull out, right? Okay. Oh, well, now we're back to your your world. We're bookending your bookends on your world here. So looks like August is a decision point for you on how you're going to continue forward here. Are you going to continue to spin out? Kind of feels like the cord here is acting a bit like the inside of a washing machine basin. You know how it like twists back and forth, and the clothes kind of slowly make their way around, slowly make their way down, right, in sort of the cleaning process. So you can be very busy and get, like I said, nowhere fast, or you can focus on the entirety of your world with a more calm mindset, right, like she's floating, and release this energy. Let the fabric here unwrap from you. So how are you going to proceed forward? That's kind of your decision. But I feel like you're kind of heading to a breaking point here. Like I said, I was seeing like a burnout sensation coming up for you. Or maybe you're already in it in August here. I'm going to come here with this. In the intro, I felt like war and peace because the wolf usually is my throat chakra charm. So screaming, yelling, arguments, or just venting frustrations, even if it's internal venting, even if it's just your internal thoughts, but you're still thinking that you're saying it. You're still wishing that you could say it. And then we have love and peace. So sort of the juxtaposition, the differing approaches. So I don't know if you're someone who wants to talk about it and you're dealing with someone who walks away and distances from topics. That's their way of finding closure. So you're struggling with, I want closure through talking about it, and you get closure through silence and just walking away. Yeah, look at you kind of inviting them back to the conversation, huh? So I don't know if someone just, exited a text conversation, you haven't heard from them since, or hung up on you, or, how they just walked away from you and they're avoiding the topic, but you're very sweetly here trying to invite them back to the conversation, because you're definitely someone who needs the verbal closure here. You need the communication, right, with the page, the messenger. You need conversation. And for you to feel at peace, for you to feel content again, it just needs to be said. So we have courage here, but also self-esteem, self-confidence. Strong is beautiful. So this is being comfortable and knowing who you are, being comfortable with your uniqueness, embracing it. I feel like maybe you've been slowly showing a talent or ability to some people or an idea. You've only let a couple people in on an idea, or you've only shown a couple people something new that you've created, or a talent or an ability or an interest, right? Could be, I painted this, check it out, or here's an invitation, I'm going to be singing at an open mic. Or, I had this thought, I'm only going to share it with you two, right? I had this idea. I trust enough to kind of get your feedback here. So it's interesting how you're collecting this. I'm kind of seeing this as like the 5-star review. I know there's 6 of them. So obviously you're getting the beyond the 5-star review, right? The resounding applause, the amazing feedback, probably unexpected feedback, because the bow in my charms is sort of an unexpected gift, unexpected feedback. So if you lean into yourself, if you're not already letting some trusted confidants in on this new thing they have to offer. Try it out. I think you'll get, like I said, glowing reviews here. Quite beautiful. Okay. And then we have my kind of go directly from A to B. So stay focused, stay the course, slow down. So we have another slow down message for you. We had it up here with the world. So I think at the top in the intro I was saying I was drawn to the eye and maybe you're missing the signs. Maybe that's what's happening here. You're moving so fast and you're pushing yourself forward, propelling yourself forward from a incorrect energy space. And if you shift that by just calming down, slowing down, less pressure on yourself, but still go to A to B, you're gonna fly like this arrow. You're gonna get there a lot faster, it feels. Heck of a lot faster. You won't be running around in circles, you're going straight to A to B. Oh, I did it again, I took the card off camera. Oh, look at you, King of Pentacles. What a nice build, right? You get closure, or the conversation that you've been seeking. You know, maybe this is just you following up on something. Maybe somebody's been silent and putting you off, and you finally get their ear again, right? And then you're able to show off your abilities. And then here you are reaping rewards, leaning into that, moving up. Yeah, look at her, she's moving from the pasture here to the big city, right? King of the castle. You're much calmer here than you are up in this energy, sort of where you're sitting now. And this is kind of what's possible, what's waiting for you if you just kind of sit in it, right? Relax into it. Don't try to push yourself too hard. Don't try to prove yourself right out the gate if you're walking into a new job, a new relationship. Don't try to impress the family members, the friends too quickly, right? Just be yourself. Just calm down a little bit here. Energetic Leos. Okay, so let's look over at who we're all thinking about over here. Who you're thinking about and who's thinking about you. Getting choked up already. Maybe you're worried about who's gonna pop up here in your mind. Okay. Doesn't this feel like your mind? Kind of looks like the left and right side of the brain, and maybe that's what you're struggling with, right? Should I, shouldn't I, regarding this individual, in whatever context that relates to you, right? Do I go this way? Do I cut things, right? Do I cut them out? You're trying to weigh the options here. If I approach them this way, here's all the various scenarios you're thinking of. If I go this way with them, if I part ways from them, you know, if they and I do this together, you're kind of weaving this web of what ifs, could be's. I'm not sure why you're sort of forecasting here. You're placing expectations. You're placing preconceptions. And look at them, they're all turning red, right? Red is like caution. You're probably wrong. You know, don't create issues where there aren't issues already. You know, don't put words in their mouths. Don't think you know how they're gonna react or act to you, or to your action, your news, the scenario, in the situation. So I think you need to just be in the present with this individual. If you don't come in prepared, right? Ready. I feel like this is you need to just kind of more like these vines, right? Just let things grow naturally. Just let things progress naturally. Be your natural, honest self. Let them be their natural, honest self. And just see how your energies continue to come together. sort of this deflecting, creating nature. It's not going to serve you very well. It's going to create tension, problems. Not easy to do, right? To catch yourself doing that. Okay, so who's thinking about you? Okay. And why, usually. It's nice to find out why. I feel like this is a person you gave like one too many chances to. You know, you forgave one too many times. And you're kind of standing there telling me that and telling them that. Like, no, remember the time when. It doesn't mean they're completely out of your life, because they're here with you. But unfortunately, you're someone that you have to say no to them now. That's who's thinking of you. You know, they probably want to approach you, but are fearful that you immediately think they want to ask something of you. And I think their energy, at least here I can see, their energy is learnt. You have nothing left to give physically, tangibly, so that would be like money, tangible stuff, allowing them to stay with you, right? Sort of, I'm pausing because I'm trying to figure out why they're drawing to the twin analogy here, the same person. So maybe that's how deep or close you are in relationship. So this could be like a sibling, a best friend, a cousin. Someone that you grew up together, but your path took you down this route, and their choices took them down this route. But I mean, you still want to be there for them. You're obviously going to protect them still. Look at you standing in front of them. And that's how they definitely view you. They still view you as, this is a safe person for me. But there's an understanding of I'm not going to be asking for any more from you. So, they're very tentative here. They are nervous to approach you. I don't think they're approaching you yet. Maybe you want to reach out to them just to check in on them. But like I said, they learned their lesson. Whatever happened between the two of you the last time, because there is distance here, so there has been some prolonged silence. But they've received the message now. They've got it now. But like I said, I don't think this is someone you're disconnecting from. You're just distanced from, and you've communicated your boundaries, your barriers, right? What you can and cannot offer in the relationship anymore. And I think that's perfectly fine here. So we'll connect next month. We'll see how your story here may have progressed, and hopefully you've slowed down and allowed yourself time to sit in it and focus and allow others to see you, versus trying to rush too quickly to kind of prove yourself, to force everyone to look at you, versus inviting them, right? It's a different energy, just a shift in energy here.